Aloha, Brad. How are you?
What's up, Ariel?
What's up, my man? I like that. I like that gold chain. What do we got there?
Oh, just my chains,
Look at you.
the usual. I've had this for a while now. Gold never went out of style in Hawaii. I don't think it ever will. It's been something that from as young as I can remember, it's been a thing in Hawaii, and it never went away. I know maybe in the mainland, in the mainstream, it kind of went away. I think it was a thing in like the late 80s, early 90s, maybe, I don't know, Run DMC days.
Yes.
And then it went away. And I think it like recently, maybe over the last 5 years, made a comeback. But like I said, in Hawaii, it's something that has never went away, has always been there, and I don't think it's going anywhere.
Now, are you in Hawaii right now?
No, I'm actually in California. So
Oh,
we took a little road trip to California. Myself, my girl, my daughter, and my mother-in-law. My girl and I went to Coachella this past weekend, and baby stayed at the hotel with our mother-in-law, and they did their thing, and so now we're actually headed back to Vegas. I stopped off here at some shopping mall so that I could do this interview.
wow. What a mensch. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so we have a lot to talk about. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, was that your first TKO victory since 125 when you fought Phil Baroni? Is that possible 7 years ago?
Yeah.
Damn, that's a long
Yes.
time.
Yes. Yeah. It was something that I hadn't even really thought about. And then the longer it went on, which was crazy because I started off my career, I think like all first round finishes, only one, I think was in the second round. And then my first fight into the house, first round finish. And then I had a few fights in the house. Good fight with Seth, my finale fight. Next fight after that was a finish, which was Baroni. And then I went on this crazy ass stretch. And the crazy thing is that I feel like I became a better fighter, but yet I wasn't getting these finishes. But like, like now when I look back at it, I just think that, it's because I became such a better striker, like I don't get hit too much. I try to keep the damage to a minimal. And I think before I just used to not give a shit and put myself in these firefights and come out on top. Another part to that, I feel like for a long time, I felt like I was maybe almost fighting for my job, and there was that added pressure on me that I could go in there and I could put on this great show, but if I lose, I may get cut. And now I don't know. Now I just feel like everything is flowing. Now that Mick Maynard has come on board, he and I have a really good relationship, and I just feel like I can go out there and perform.
So after getting the TKO victory, do you feel like a weight has been lifted? Like, okay, now you have the great relationship, you're on a roll, but that thing is off your chest as well. Like you don't have to worry about, when's the next time I'm actually going to experience this?
Nah, not really. Because like I said, like it feels good. Don't get me wrong, it feels good to knock somebody out. To just hit them hard and they just fold. That feels really good. One of the best feelings in the world, I would say. But in this sport, at the end of the day, I just want to be victorious. And along the way, if I can, put on a great fight and knock some of these dudes' heads off, then perfect. But as far as like a weight and whatnot, I try not to put any extra added stress or pressure on myself. And I just been feeling more and more comfortable in there. And I just feel like I can go out there, have fun and show my true abilities.
Afterwards, you made headlines because of that confrontation, if you will. You found. How did you know where Bisping was? By the way, who led you to that room?
I didn't. It was just by chance. But I'm not one of those guys that will talk shit on Twitter or talk shit and say stuff in front of the cameras. Like I'm me. And the Bisping fight is a fight I've wanted for years now, years and years. And I don't know how to like go back and look besides actually like scrolling through the timeline. But if somebody out there knows how to like Google like keywords on a Twitter timeline or whatever, go back and look about 4 or 5 years ago. I think Bisping and I were both coming off of losses, and I called him out via Twitter, the only way I knew how. And he actually responded like, like, hey, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing the fight, whatever it was. But it's out there. It's on the internet. So if somebody can find that, because I've been sick of hearing people saying like, oh, why are you trying to pick on Mike? Like, like they're kind of just writing him off like he's a chump, but he's not. And,
right.
oh, he's trying to retire. Why are you trying to like bully him, this, that, whatever? And it's like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? I've been trying to fight this dude. I have nothing but respect for him. But at the end of the day, like, don't call me a bully. If he's scared, he's scared. I'm not gonna fucking, I can't force him to fight. If he doesn't want it, he doesn't want it.
So do you feel like he is scared?
Don't you? I mean, where he is at in life, I wouldn't want to fight me for my last fight. It's not going to go well for him.
So what kind of a chance do you give yourself in actually getting this fight? Do you think it's a long shot at best?
Yeah, just like I haven't heard really anything from it. And again, like, people can say whatever they want to say. This is a fight that I've been trying to get. It kind of started off as I didn't really care for Bisping. It kind of started off as, like, in fact, like, one of my favorite knockouts all time is when Dan Henderson knocked him out right after they were opposite coaches. Like that, there's no better feeling when you just can't stand somebody and then that happens. But after that, it just became more of a, like, I watched him, like, he annoyed me so much that I watched him more, and it became more of a, like, yeah, like, I actually really respect the dude, and I was actually really happy for him when he won the belt. He's been at it for so long, and I felt like he deserved all those things. And once he won the belt, I knew that it would be a far, far, far shot. Like, I didn't think, like, he's getting older, and I didn't think, like, we got sharks in our division. I don't think he would hold the belt very long. But now that he doesn't have the belt, and now he's coming off of another loss after losing the belt, it's very plausible. But like I said, I mean, he doesn't want to fight me for his last fight. So I'm not holding my breath.
My understanding is the UFC has approached you about your next fight. Is that correct?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, can you explain?
They have something. So they wanna. I'm sure you saw it. The kid Israel
Adesanya.
I'm gonna butcher his last. Adesanya. Israel Adesanya called me out after in his post-fight interview, whatever. And so it's a fight that the UFC actually approached, and I'm not opposed to it, But like I said, I've been in this sport for 11 years now, and majority of that time has been in the UFC. I'm a product of the UFC. You know what I mean? Dana White is basically like my uncle. In Hawaii, for respect, all the older dudes is uncle. The older ladies are auntie. So it's like Uncle Dana. Like that. Like I just been in here. I think I've been in the UFC since I was 21, 22, and right now I'm on a roll. I got one fight left on my contract. I'm on a 4-fight winning streak. I just knocked out Jotko, who was ranked, I don't know, in the top 15 somewhere, and I think that put me in the top 10. Before that, I smashed Talis Latest, just destroyed him. Like, he didn't stand a chance. So I think that, like, where I'm at now, I think I stand a really good chance of making a run for a title shot and making that championship money. And I just had a baby, so I'm trying to give her a good life and provide for my family. And honestly, I don't think the kid Israel deserves a fight with me. But if that's what the UFC wants and they're going to pay me, I don't care who it is standing across of me. I'll smash him. I mean, be honest with me. Were you impressed with his last fight?
I
wasn't.
Yeah, well, I said on this show, I think it would be too soon to book him against you. Like, if I'm you, I take that fight now, and that's no knock on him. I just think you have the cage experience. I think they should be bringing him along slower. That's a big jump.
Yeah, they definitely should. Yeah, and that's the thing for me is like, it's like.
But I would take it if I were you, because you might as well knock him off early.
Hey, if they're gonna pay me, if I can get paid the same to fight somebody like this dude as opposed to fight somebody like Michael Bisping, a former champion, or somebody who's above me in the top 10 that's gonna get me a step closer to Romero or Whitaker, then
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, you know, whatever. I'll do it. If I'm getting paid, I'll do it. I don't care. It's one of those things where it's like I feel you on that. Like,
So
he has
where
a
does
lot
it
of hype
stand?
behind him. Right now, as it stands, Ali, Dana, and Mick are working on the deal, and I'm sure, you know, they're working on it. At it, Ali, I have full trust in him. You know, I love that guy. I know that, you know, anybody that Ali works for has nothing but good things to say and nothing but praise for the man. So, you know, that's his job as my manager to get the deal done. And if it is this guy Israel, then, you know, I'm gonna smash this hype train.
So you don't want to take that fight though, unless you get a new deal. Is that correct?
Yes, they're just working a deal. I'm sure we'll get it done. You know, like I said, I have a good relationship with Mick and Dana. And you know, Ali is the best in the biz, so I'm sure we'll get the deal done. And if it is Israel that, you know, that they want me to fight, then that's who it'll be. I don't care. Like I said, I've been wanting this Bisping fight, but hey, if it doesn't happen, I'm not gonna hold my breath on it.
When would it be? What's the date that they threw out for
Um,
the fight?
I'm hoping that I don't know exactly when it would be, but my timetable, I would want to fight International Fight Week in Vegas, for all the obvious reasons. One, Yancy, Max, you know, fighting that weekend.
Yeah.
Two, that's Vegas. That's my hometown now.
Yeah.
Three, that's basically the closest we're gonna get to UFC Hawaii for the time being. So if we can get it done there, then that would be perfect.
Yeah, the ninth island, as they call it. Max Holloway's fighting Brian Ortega, 226. Yancy Medeiros against Mike Perry. What about Brad Tavares against Israel Adesanya as the main event of the tough finale card the night before? You can headline that show. What do you think of that?
Hey, if they want to give that to me, then let's do it.
Okay.
But like
But
I said, I don't think this kid deserves to be in there with me, but I have no problem derailing the hype train. No problem. As
you're not
long as
impressed.
the numbers are the same. No, don't get me wrong. I respect him for what he's done in kickboxing. You know, he's an excellent kickboxer. But this is MMA. This is MMA. I was not impressed with his last fight. Not at all. I don't think he even deserved that. I don't think that fight deserved to be on the main card. On the undercard, there was so much better fights than that one, and people that deserve to be there. Like those two guys, and maybe Vittori is right in the top 15. I'm not too sure, but that was Israel's second fight in the UFC.
Mm.
And then you have guys like me and Krzysztof Jotko in the top 15 who been fighting. Like, you know, that was my 16th UFC fight. And our fight was way better than that fight.
Do you feel like they're trying to use you as a stepping stone for him? Like they're trying to push him off your name?
If they are, I mean, you obviously, they're giving him these big shots. So you obviously know that they feel some type of way about him.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they want to build him up to be the next best thing, a fight with me ain't the way to do it because hype train derailed. Trust me. I feel like we've seen this so many times before, you know, where you have a good prospect who has the potential to be the next big thing, but push them too fast and they fall.
And by the way, you are a man of your word. Our friend Jonathan Maldonado pointing out he found the screenshot, April 21st, 2014. So almost exactly 3 years ago. No, 4 years ago, because it's 2018.
4 years.
Yeah. You tweeted Michael Bisping about fighting him, and he wrote back, "I want to fight ASAP. Speak to the bosses. I've never turned anyone down." He replied within minutes. So you have been on this train for a while. There you go. You see, the internet always has your back.
Thank you. Who found that? Who found that?
Jonathan Maldonado, my man, a fellow Knicks fan. He found it,
Jonathan
and
Maldonado.
yeah, and he added you. So if you go on your Twitter, you'll see the tweet
Okay.
right there.
Because I know somebody else after the fact, I had said it in a media scrum, whatever, which you were not there,
Yeah,
and that's weird.
it's
How come
whack.
you were in Glendale?
I wasn't there. No, I took unfortunately I took that one off. My crew was there. I had people there. Sean, Casey, but I was not there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. But yeah, anyway, so I told them about that, and somebody later on Twitter had screenshotted an old tweet, but it wasn't the ones. But again, like that just goes to prove my point. I've not just thrown a rock at this dude once. It's been over the course of the years. I've been trying to get this fight. It's a fight that I've wanted for a long time, but I won't hold my breath. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
I appreciate you squeezing us in, Brad. Good luck with the new contract. Good luck with your next fight. Some interesting options out there for you. So thanks for being so honest and for laying it all out for us. And again, thanks for squeezing us in as you head back home.
No problem. Thank you for having me, Ariel. I appreciate it.
Mahalo. And I will be, if it is International Fight Week, I will be there. Okay. So I'll rectify that. I'll be at your next fight.
Yes, sir. Aloha and mahalo.
All right. There he is, Brad Tavares.